welcome to the super happy fun Jabbertron Tea Party Podcast with Kiki, Cupcake, and Miss. We have a wonderful show for you, and we hope it finds you in good spirits. Enjoy.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hello, we're recording and everything.
Yes, I hit the button.
Okay.
That would be
How's my nice
fun.
way of...
That would be funny. We go all the way through. Yeah, I forgot to hit the record button. You just see me explode in a pile of confetti.
Why confetti?
Okay, sprinkles. I'm a guy named Cupcake. God. Ugh.
That's better.
Rainbow sprinkles.
Every time I see my arms, I'm just like, God damn, when did that happen?
Oh yes, I decided to... Someone had a code, so I am now officially on Blue Sky.
Oh, neat. When you get a code, send me one. I'll join up.
Same.
Okay.
I'm getting kind of tired of Elon Musk shoving his conservative rhetoric down my throat.
Yeah, I'm probably still gonna stay on Twitter because my algorithm is very nice and is giving me the Call of Duty shit to feed my addiction. So,
I'll have you know that Ghost is my homeboy.
of course. Which, it's almost done. It's got like 2 to 4 chapters left based on what I saw. And, it's called, I think it's The Many Masks of Simon Riley.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this on Twitter. I'm not sure if it's the same creator, but at least I've seen this on Twitter where based on Ghost's background and his CPTSD and his PTSD,
Yeah.
wham, his entire fucking life, he actually is a DID system. So I know on the one on Twitter, it's already established that he's a system, and they've already, everybody already knows. But this one, he doesn't know, and then Soap mentions like, oh yeah, you told me you had a brother. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. When we were at the pub at so and such pub, he's like, I've never been to that pub. I didn't tell you? So that's kind of what, like, that instance of, like, one of your, like, homeboys saying, like, bruh, like, how would I know this if you didn't tell? Like, because especially with the commonly held backstory for this character.
Yeah.
Like, but anyone would be reticent to talk about that kind of a backstory. Where plug your spoilers if you don't want to hear it. But the common held thing for Ghost is abusive father, and trigger warnings. Abusive father, drunkard, whatever. He leaves, kicks the bucket, whatever. They start cooping. Ghost joins the army.
Yep.
And, he has an older brother, Tommy. And he's an addict for a while, but gets better. Then Roba and all of the torture with the Mexican cartel happens, including being buried alive and having to self out with the jawbone of his former commander. So all of that happens. And then kind of as a result of that, there's that made some very bad people angry. And at this point, his older brother has gotten married and they have a 4-year-old son. And on Christmas Eve, the very bad guys who were very angry send killers to that house and kill his entire family, including his nephew. And there's also like a common theme where it's kind of planted on him. There's at least one story where it's planted on him, but he's officially legally dead. And like sometimes there's things of like the house burned down. There was one where like the house burned down and they found like his family's bodies and then one random dude's body in the wreckage.
Right.
So they thought it was Simon or Ghost.
Right.
But it wasn't. So, you have like all the torture and the being buried alive. Then you have, the dad who is stupid. And then his family being killed. And then the normal issues you have to work with being an active duty soldier in like war zones going after terrorists and shit. So just like all of that adding up to, and no, that's that. So that kind of was what preempted the, and so like they had the on-base regular therapist who started helping him out, and then they brought in like a little team, especially 2 people who kind of specialize in DID to help them out. And I really like this fic because, as the author keeps saying, like, I've researched a lot. I don't know what I'm talking about necessarily, so don't take any of this as gospel. Please, here's the things I read, what I researched. If you have questions, please talk to a professional, etc., etc. But based on what I've seen, just based on I follow a couple of social media.
Yeah.
A lot of what they're writing down makes sense, like the amnesia walls. There's the gatekeeper who decides, like, like, okay, so and so has to go off in timeout, or can you take a step back, please? And there's the protector alters, and also clarifying that not all alters are the same gender, the same age, or the same species as you.
Right.
So, like, in the story, there's Ghost, who's the host, basically. Simon is still wandering around in there, but he's kind of... They don't know where he is. There's Ashley, who is just a woman. Looks very different. When she fronts, she looks down and goes, "Oh my god, like body dysphoria, holy crap." But she's got her own issues. There's a kid, Jake, he likes the toys, and there's a rainbow slinky this soap gave him that Jake really, really likes, and Jake really, really likes soap. There's, for a while, there were 2 alters, Alex, and then they called it It. But it's basically, kind of like Cupcake being badass in a suit with a skull head. Just a skull for a head. But what happened is that there's also Riley, who is like the stereotypical, like, 16-year-old emo kid angry at the world. He gets put off to the side by It, who is the gatekeeper, because Riley is causing issues and swearing and lashing out and all this stuff. So It, being the gatekeeper, is like, okay, you have to go over here for a bit, which is where Alex and Simon were. Alex broke Riley out, tried to bring Simon with him, but Simon went back to where they were, because at that point Simon was just staring at the walls. And they make it to where It has their, like, office, and then, like, Riley wants to trash the office and beat It up, but that's all bluff. So Alex is trying to look through the files, like, oh, what's going on? And then he realizes, like, the files are the memories, and he's like, oh, you can't see this, like, realizing, like, because Alex is also a protector, like Sam. So he's like, no, Riley, you can't see this. And then It shows up. Sam shoves Riley out the door, and a fusion happens, which is where 2 or more alters combine together. So Alex and It combine, and now they're Lex. So some folk, like, the entire system is like, we're not sure what to make of you. Because we knew only Sam knew it. He was the one who interacted with that ultra the most, and they really didn't know Alex. So there's all that jazz. So that's like a different way of like the whole fusion, like describing a fusion. So it's actually, for me, it was very interesting just to see like, and also to like put like the author put in there like things that you hear from therapists, like, okay, this is good. Like the realistic thing, like therapy isn't necessarily like you go to 3 sessions and you're fixed.
Oh, take my word on this. Therapy is years in the making.
Oh yeah. So like, and just saying like, and it, and like, yeah, it's a matter of trust. You kind of have to trust us. And also like, it's probably gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
In all likelihood, he's like, you're not gonna like. It's like basically telling him like, I don't know if you're ready for this, but I need to tell you something because this is important. So it was something that I found like, this is so incredibly well done. That was just like, is this actually a like healthy representation of, I don't know it, like I know DID's in the DS5, so I guess it's a mental illness. Like I don't want to like, but it's just because I know so very little. But it was just like, this is so like such a well laid out and like healthier way to show DID than just, oh yeah, he's another schizo because he went through all this crap. So that was me the past couple days reading through. It's like 20 some who's this book? No, I'm gonna get out of that. It's like 20 some chapters already. So I'm like, yeah. But that's been my day in between, like, scrolling through Twitter and scrolling through whatever, and all that jazz. Oh yeah, I found a fellow nerd the other day. It was fun. Oh yeah, that. Sorry, I was switching to another server and the channel I was like, oh yeah, that one. That piece of artwork, which is very nice, but you have no idea how the pants are staying on. If I could spell eliminated, that was great. Oh yeah, that's right, I gotta play the game today again. Because occasionally throughout the day, I'll play random games in Overwatch just because I can. And if I'm bored off my skull and nothing's coming to me for writing. Anyways, I've been jawing everybody's ears off. How's everybody doing?
Well, while cutting potatoes, I cut my hand. So that's fun.
Yeah, you're supposed to be making fries, not fingies.
No,
where am I going?
I cut the palm like this.
Oh, okay.
I went to go like this, and there was a pot right here, and I bumped the pot, and I bumped it hard enough to bring the knife back right into my hand.
Oh dear.
So, yeah. That was my fun time.
No fun.
It's not deep enough to require stitches, but...
Yeah.
Some people's children, I swear.
I was gonna say something and I forgot. Oh yeah. So I think I shared in the server. The other night on Sunday I made homemade tomato soup and grilled cheese, and then I made Ingrid's apple pie from the Overwatch cookbook. All of which turned out okay. I kind of burnt the grilled cheese a little bit, but you know, it was still good.
Extra crispy. Did you hear what Unity's doing?
Quality. They're doing quality.
How is that quality?
How was what quality?
If it works for them to say that they're going to do something like this, it must be quality, because why would a perfectly functional company do something this stupid if it wasn't quality?
Well,
Don't give me that look, you son of a bitch.
Well, now they're getting death threats.
Well, I mean, they're ruining a lot of people's livelihoods, so I'm not shocked.
Is this the Unity thing, whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've seen that, like, not just from Cupcake server, but, like, a couple other servers, so...
Yes.
You know...
It's kind of a big deal, because not just little companies use Unity as an engine, big companies do too. And there's a lot of companies like Nintendo that probably wouldn't have used Unity as an engine had they known that this was coming for all their sales.
So what exactly is happening with Unity? What did they decide that they wanted to do?
They're instating January 1st a system in which, depending on the amount of installs and sales, and then what level of like license you have with them, you will owe them X amount of dollars per install beyond a certain point. And this is a problem because, like, it's kind of draconian for what it is. Because, like, if you have, like, the low level, it would be it's like, I think it's like 200,000 installs a year. And they count not just fresh installs, but any install. So, if you reinstall it after buying it, that counts as an install for the year. And somebody brought up the fact that 200 installs would make your game incredibly popular. But it's like I think it's like 200,000 installs, and do you remember what it was? Because it like $1 million in sales or something. I forget what the. I don't have the thing up right now to tell me like what's what.
An article. Hang on. Okay, so that's the free license. The Unity Plus subscription would require 200K in revenue. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. This article is very much not helpful.
He had mentioned like if you even if you like you're reinstalling it, it counts as like an install. And I remembered like part of it that was like, oh yeah, after like a certain point, it's like 20 cents per download, even if it's like they just are re-downloading it. And I'm like, that's like, so yeah. And then
what makes it so atrocious? It isn't 20 cents; it's 20%.
Okay, yeah, like I was like I knew 20 something was
20
there.
cents would be ugly but doable. It's 20% of whatever the person's paying for it.
Yeah, some of these just based on here. Hold on a second, let me bring something up. So just based on because on Steam, I have a few things on Steam right now.
Mm-hmm.
The one that oh sorry.
But just based on I'm just bringing up my wish list. Where's my wish list? So just based on my wish list and what I've seen, so 20%, the first one I have in my list is the Stanley Parable, which is $14.99. So that may not be, it's not bad, but it's not great. But then some other games, you start getting into the $40 games, the $50 games, the $60 games, the $70 games. And I know some of these have the special edition, which makes it more money. So if people wanted to buy the special edition, they're gonna do it before January 1st, hopefully. But
Well,
if
this
they
isn't
don't,
people paying for it. This is developers paying for it.
well, I know, but
yeah, a lot of the developers have stated the one that first stuck out was the team that made Cult of Lamb or whatever.
Yeah.
Their founder, president, whatever, the guy who started it all was like, look, if this goes through, it doesn't change. We're deleting all of our Unity games January 1st. Done. The other one that came out, the very first official statement from the people who made Slay the Spire was yo, we're working on a game. Our next game was a Unity game. We're stopping, and we're going to rebuild the game in a different engine. By the way, this is our first ever official public statement. This is how bad you fucked up. Literally at the bottom of their statement. This is the first time we've ever made a public statement as a company. That's how bad Unity is fucked up.
I mean, there is a free version of Unity where you can use it for student projects and whatnot, but you already have to pay for Unity in order to use it for your project in the first place.
Right.
And that's per year of your project you're making.
yeah.
So it's not like they're in the hole, really. As far as I can tell. Because
it sounds like a lot of people are about to set up a constructive self-destruct of the company, and then buy it back at a low rate, kind of thing. They're trying to tank the company so they can buy shares back at a lower price.
oh wow, that tanked.
This was likely on purpose, would be my guess. The more people talk about the concept of taking the company on purpose to buy back stock, I'm going oh, that's 100% what they're doing.
Unity bosses sold stock ahead of scummy dev scheme.
Yeah, sold high and then they'll buy back low.
This might come back on them.
Oh yeah, it's 100% going to be insider trading. They're not going to sell me that it isn't, because it's 100% what it's going to be. The SEC and the FTC are going to fucking kill them. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but that just seems like a really logical answer to why they would do something so boneheaded. It's just to be basically try to get stock off the market at a low price. Unrelated, I have officially been exercising for 4 months as of today, and got my 5-mile loop down to 1 hour and 21 minutes from a high of 2 hours and 34 minutes.
Yay!
But in the scheme of things, isn't that impressive? But for a fat guy like me, that was amazing.
Speaking of weight loss, I didn't think I lost enough weight to actually have a natural period like I did last week, but I did.
Woo!
because I was just like, oh, okay. It's like I just thought it was random back cramps, and I was like, went to the bathroom. Oh, hi. You're here. That's why. That's why my lower back is like, bitch. I'm gonna fight you.
Right. Well, that's good.
So
I think.
yeah, that's. Someone asked us, but versus like, good. I'm like, yes, good. Yes, this is good. It's okay.
I just never know when it comes to women's menstruation. It's like, this is a good thing, right? Yes, it is. I'm just checking.
Well, I know some ladies and those with feminine bodies get the really bad shit. So,
Right.
the whole like, I can't go anywhere because I'm literally bleeding buckets. Or I have to go to the hospital because I'm literally bleeding buckets.
And as a dude, I always ask the question, who the hell wants a uterus? Ugh. That seems like a horror show to me. As somebody who doesn't have to deal with that every month. In the words of the classic Broadway musical Avenue Q, the internet is for porn. The internet is for porn. Why you think the net was born? Porn. So grab your dick and double click for porn. That's where I was going with this, goddammit. There was a point to my stupidity.
I'm just laughing.
Well, I have been on, I don't know the name of it, some form of birth control pill for 2 months now. And I'm on it to help regulate my ovarian cysts, and it has been working like a charm.
Well, that's good.
So I am very happy.
That's very good.
Yes. There's a cat yelling at my door.
You're the number one I know who had ovarian cyst that turned into a full hysterectomy, and I'm just like glad that didn't go that far for you. That has like its own issues, from what I've told.
Yeah.
Like, given like why they would do it medically, like generally better than what is before, but still like, yeah. It's like every orthopedic surgeon I ever talked to is like, don't get your joints replaced until you have to. You're better off with your real ones. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I was like, I don't know if it was medically necessary. I'm assuming it was, but after my younger brother, my mom had a hysterectomy, so I have no idea when menopause is coming. It could be next year. It could be
Right.
in 2 years. It could be when I'm like 55. Yeah.
Right.
So it's like I don't know when this is coming.
Well, my mom went into early menopause, so I'm expecting early menopause. So,
One of my friends, her mom did the same thing, like early menopause, like in her late 30s, early 40s. So she's already starting to get some of the. She's in her mid 30s, so she's like already starting to get some of the like premenopause shit.
Right.
But at least she knew, like, yeah, I know it's coming. Like,
yeah,
it happened with mom, so it's probably gonna happen with me. So,
right.
but yeah, that's because, like I said, like the last time my body decided to be normal, quote unquote, with the menstrual stuff was I had lost all the weight.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, I didn't think I lost enough weight. Well, I still have like the double chin and shit. Like,
dude, you can only imagine my confusion as I gained weight and lost inches.
your muscle was like boink, and your fat was like ah,
Right.
run away, and your muscle was like, that's what I thought.
Well, it turned out that there really wasn't that much fat sitting on top of muscle because I was like, hey, suddenly I don't have a paunch, but I still have a stomach. Oh shit, that's all muscle. Then there was the conversation with one of my buddies who's an athlete. And he's like, Cupcake, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? You kept picking stuff, heavy stuff up off the ground. I'm like, well, I didn't think my gut would do that. He goes, well, congratulations, that's how you build muscle, stupid. I'm like, oh, well, okay then. Fucking curling 80-pound rolls of wire for years and didn't even know what I was doing to myself. Why are they building a giant fuck up pavilion at Lake Como? That is not something they need to do. Anyway, whatever.
I guess they felt like it. I don't know. I don't try to think through some stuff that they, the thought processes of, oh. Speaking of politicians, apparently Hunter Biden has been indicted on federal gun charges.
Yeah.
So watch out for the memes.
Oh. Well.
Not that they're already not there, but it's just yeah. Usually when like an official thing comes through, that's when like folks either really come out of the woodwork or like double down with all this stuff. Well, that's just my impression of it, but anyways. Oh yeah, I don't know if I told you guys about this. So like I was telling another set of friends about it. So the other day I was playing Overwatch as one does. And one of my favorites to play, because I'm just bad at first person shooters and aiming and hitting things that are moving, is Junkrat. Because Junkrat, you could just lob things in a general direction and it bounces around. And I'm like, okay, big top boom boom man, great. And so, and I understand, like, he's DPS, you're supposed to do as much damage as you can. And I'm well aware, I'm probably one of the lowest scoring things. And I was telling him, I was like, first, I was happy that my damage was high. And in fact, out of the, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6 players that are either tanks or DPS, I outdamaged everybody. Like, not just the healers and support, but the other damaged players and the other tanks. And I was like, how? How did I do that? How? This is what? It's not. I was one of like the top players who died. I kept dying. That's my thing. I charge and I have fun. I get killed. I charge it. Like, so I was like, how did this happen? And then I killed the enemy Winston and got the monkey see, monkey die line. I started cracking up. Because I was like, oh my god, that's so funny. And then I got play of the game. So not only was I at the highest damage score, but I got to play the game, and I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" Because I know Cupcake and I have had the conversation, but I've also had conversation with friends who actually play first-person shooters and have been playing them for like years and years and years, who have been like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, you're so bad. I'm like, I know I'm so bad. so, so I'm like, yeah, that's just me. But yeah, that was my like the other day when that happened. That was like that made my day because it was like this is just went into the next game missed DPS and was totally bombing again. I was like, okay, I'm so happy. Actually, I think in one game before my system crashed, I had someone asking if I was actually like, are you hitting people? I'm like, I'm having fun. I couldn't respond because like just after they typed out, my screen froze. I'm like, oh no, oh yes, that's the freezing up because it's crashing. I was like, if I see in the game, I would be like, I'm having fun. Why aren't you? We're in quick play. Why aren't you having fun?
Video games aren't for fun.
And then the next time someone, if I say that, like I'm having fun or have fun, guys, and someone goes, "This is Overwatch," I'm gonna be like, "Then why are you playing it? Why are you here? If you're not having fun, are you that addicted to like hurting yourself? Like what? Like causing yourself mental distress? Like what?" But like I said, mentioned earlier, we hubby and I went out to a dinner to a restaurant that helps those recovering from addiction learn job skills in a restaurant setting. And we sat with someone who we both know that he's worked with, and we both know her. And I mentioned like, oh yeah, I'm writing fan fiction for Overwatch, and she's like, oh, a fellow nerd. I was like, what? So she had a currently her guild in World of Warcraft is just her, but at one point they had like 30 some people in it. So we're just sitting there like talking to each other's ears off. And hubby, and she was like, she apologized to hubby. He's like, look, Mish has to sit here a lot of the times and just smile and nod. So I'm perfectly fine sitting here and doing the same thing. But like I told her, it's like I came at this game from the opposite direction that most people get into a fandom. Like they first consume the media, then usually they're in the fandom. I got into the fandom first, and then I started consuming the media. And I also came into it with, I'm just going to have fun. And I know I'm not like a dedicated like streamer or gamer or I told someone, I'm like, I wouldn't even have this game if it weren't free. If I had to pay for this game, I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't be playing it. Like because I've had people warn me like, yeah, it's a little toxic in the chats and the voice chat. And that would have been enough to turn me off, but so I went, oh yeah, Overwatch 2 is free. I'm like, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me try this. It's free. It's not gonna cost me anything if I don't like it. Hey. We had the conversation about toxicity in chats and stuff like that, and but yeah, it was a lot of fun for me to actually sit there and be engaged in the conversation in like something that was kind of work related for hubby. I'm like, yay. And that was a nice thing about back in July too, when I was out in LA, or not LA, by Disney. for one of hubby's work things is that I had met some of those people in Michigan in May before we went to Singapore. So I knew some people, and they knew me, so we could have conversations actually, and not me sitting there in a dress and just, yeah, smile, nod, yay.
Right.
Not that I wouldn't want to do that to support hubby, but a lot of the times it's like, I know sometimes like I can talk a lot and fast about things that I enjoy talking about. So I'm like, that's why sometimes I'm quiet, because number one, I don't know you people. I don't know the subject matter. And I'm also here to support hubby. So I'm just,
Right.
if I'm not sure about something, I'm just not going to say it. I'm just going to be like, oh yeah, moving on. But yeah, that's that. I swear, like, I have trains of thought, and then it derails, like, and I'm like, where was I going with this? I can't remember. Let me actually look at something. I don't have any invite codes yet. I was like, while I'm sitting here, I'm gonna look and see if I have any invite codes. So.
Unrelated, they had a Nintendo Direct today, and not only are they remaking the original Mario RPG, they're fucking remaking the Thousand Year Door. Oh, Kiki's out. She's done.
No,
I actually thought you were falling asleep. I was like, oh shit.
No.
I thought you were dying. I'm like, shit.
No, I'm fine.
So that was interesting. Also, they not brought back, but there's a new F-Zero game coming out called F-Zero 99. So that's kind of cool, I guess.
Nice.
All I know is I'm going to be playing a lot of Super Mario RPG in the next probably 4 to 5 months. Other than that, I haven't. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Cupcake.
So other than that, I don't know what else is big. It's just that. Oh wow, they're releasing a. Is that a remake of Luigi's Mansion 2? What? They're remaking. Oh, here it is. They're remaking Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the Switch, a Princess Peach game. What? Oh my god, an expansion to Splatoon. Sorry, it's like what?
Nice. So what I was gonna say is I brought up Netflix, and one of the things that popped up this year it's called Once Upon a Crime, and it's got hold on a minute, let me listen to this again. Okay, it sounds like Japanese, and based on the cast names, I'm thinking it is Japanese cast and a Japanese director. But it says, in this quirky fantasy mystery, Little Red Riding Hood investigates a murder while attending a royal ball with Cinderella.
What?
It's called Once Upon a Crime.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, Japanese. Quirky.
He looks really nice in the combination of the red shirt and the white pants. Sorry. I'm just laughing so hard at that. So I put it on my list so I can watch it later, but that's just... Anyways, I saw something else.
I put it on my list. If I remember to watch it. Although apparently the live action One Piece is a banger.
I have that on my list. I keep meaning to start watching at least the first episode of that, and I'm like, I'm very reticent.
I don't know the
Like-
source material enough to actually care to watch it. I'm just saying that it's apparently finally a good live action adaptation.
Yeah, I also know I've never read the manga, I've never seen the anime. So at least with Avatar The Last Airbender, I had seen some of the anime enough to watch the live action and go as a separate piece of media, this is an okay film. As a part of the world, no.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I zoned out. What are we talking about?
The live action One Piece, apparently it's good.
Oh yeah! Yeah yo! Anyway, sorry. I'm excited. At some point I'll watch it.
Okay.
I love One Piece. I started watching the anime and then got distracted, but I've watched the first 10 episodes and I'm like, this shit is crack. I can't. There will be no survivors.
But yeah,
The anime is what is 700 or 800 episodes long. Like it's gonna take me a while if I ever sit down and watch
I
it.
thought it got up into the thousands finally.
Oh, is it?
I said I think the dub is only up in the 800.
The last time I said, oh, it's over 1,000. Somebody went, no, it's not. No, it's not, Cupcake. It's only 700 and some episodes. I'm like, shit, sorry.
I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of the manga.
I think the manga's on chapter 1,000 something. Maybe it is in the thousands. I don't know. I'm not arguing it isn't. I'm just saying oh yeah, that show's 1,000 episodes. No, it's not. No, it's not. Shit. Okay. No, it's not. Whatever. It's 800 episodes, 900, whatever. Fuck.
God, so many films and OVAs and specials.
And the fact that the Manning's I have years and years of material to adapt. It's gonna be a while. I'm like, no! They'll never die.
So Death Note is on Netflix has the anime Death Note. I don't know how I'm gonna watch it again. It's been at least a decade since I've watched it.
Just, dude. Okay, I got to I'm on the second to the last episode of season 1 of Spy X Family, and I haven't watched any anime in weeks. I have been so freaking busy, and then I get home and I just sit here and veg out, and I don't watch. What I'm watching is I'm not watching. I'm turning on YouTube, and then I'm just sitting here playing idle games and staring into the abyss. I'm not proud.
That's alright. There are times during the day where I'm I need to be working on that commission. But my brain is no. You need to sit here and listen to the ASMR stuff and just let us rest.
Yeah, they're in the thousands now.
All right, there you go. All right, so it's 1,000 episodes long. Whatever.
They also have recap specials.
I think for people who don't want to sit through all of that, if you want to get up to date but you don't want to sit and watch 1,000 episodes, you can watch this and it tells you the story of everything up to this point. No, I never think of when people talk about shit like that is the beginning of Spaceballs, where it's everyone got that? Great, moving on.
What is it with all these spam calls today?
I don't know.
I did get this, which is adorable.
It's a Sailor Moon one.
It's a knockoff Sailor Moon one, but yes.
Well, excuse me, princess. I don't know the difference between real and knockoff at this point.
Well, Sailor Moon 1 doesn't have a bow on it.
Honestly, at some point I have to sit down and rewatch the new remasters, but like, that is more than my brain can handle right now. I love OG Sailor Moon, but it is long, and a lot of it is filler.
Yeah.
It's good filler, but it is still filler.
Well, it came from that time.
I remember having the conversation with you when Crystal started that like season 1 of Crystal is like 12 episodes, and you're like, yeah, like the first like was like the entirety of the first season is 10 chapters of a manga, and I'm like, what? And I like looked it up. I'm like, shit, it's like the second volume of the manga. You're already through the first season's storyline because every chapter's like chapter 1, you know, Usagi becomes Sailor Moon. Chapter 2, we meet Ami. Chapter 3, we meet Mako. It's like it's boom, 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 and then there's like, what is it, like 3 chapters, and then it's Mina. But like in the first anime, it's 26 episodes before they meet Mina.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm sorry, it would be Ami, Rei, Mako, Mina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of adapting stuff, I don't know if they'll ever continue the Chronicles of Narnia series.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Didn't I hear somebody was going to remake it already?
I don't know. For me, my biggest thing was number one, they added a little love thing to Prince Caspian, which I get it. That wasn't necessarily there in the book because, well, in the book, Susan is like 16, 17 years old, and Prince Caspian is 13.
Right.
But in the movie, they make him like 17, about to turn 18. And that's the reason why all this goes down, is because. So it's a little bit more palatable that they're not going to try to kill a kid because they had an official heir. So it's like I said, it's a little bit more palatable because he's almost an adult. But also, for me, it's like at least they made Reepichi bigger than a mouse, which is technically correct. But I'm sitting there going, he's the size of a rat. No, he's supposed to be 2 feet tall. He's supposed to be an anthropomorphic mouse. Like, he's supposed to come up to your knee. Like, you. But at least they made him bigger than an actual mouse, which is what's supposed to happen with talking animals. They're supposed to be bigger than their non-talking counterparts. But I was like, I get it. You want like this sneaky little dude with a rapier to pop up. It's like, you talk. Yes, I talk. I'm a mouse. I talk. Okay, fine.
Yeah, apparently Netflix bought the rights and they're working on a reboot.
Yeah, I think there's one from like the 1950s or 60s, something like that. That's somewhere in my house. I haven't watched it, but yeah, it's one of like zero rifle with. No.
Given the option, I will 100% disable that on my server.
Yeah.
Please do.
Like, I was amused and a little terrified when they unlocked the ability for everyone on a server to like add to the like the images and whatever, like your stickers. And I'm like, putting this out here now, like the day it unlocked on the bakery. I'm like, I know I could trust you guys, but for the love of God, don't get me fucking banned over something stupid. Not at YouTube, but like this is like a general FYI to the server. I'm like,
Yeah.
I figured if it was gonna happen, it would be like Rye or Taz, because they would put, or actually possibly Jen, they would put something stupid, and I'd be like, you know, it would be like, haha, it's so funny, and then Discord Trust and Safety would be like, haha, you're fucking bad, and I'd be like, God damn it, I gotta rebuild everything from the floor up. It never happened, to be clear, but it was still like, when they were like, we're gonna give your server the ability to add to your sticker pile, I'm like, oh, there's no way this doesn't go bad for somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking on another server, and I was like, I 100% know there's going to be a server where somebody posts something that they don't think anything of, but it's like 100% inappropriate, like for all walks of life.
TV reporter groped during live news report.
Jesus.
At least he was arrested. It was in Madrid.
Still, Jesus. Why would you even think that that was a good idea? Like, you're 100% gonna be in trouble.
Why do people think they can do anything?
I mean, that's a fair statement.
Oh. Ooh.
You okay?
Yes. Oh yeah. So on TikTok, there's a creator, Quincy,
Mm-hmm.
and he does the Griffin Tavern or Quincy's Tavern, um, and like the usual like D&D like tavern keeper type of thing, people coming in for potions or a
Right.
drink or so he made a cookbook, a Kickstarter for a cookbook, so I put in some backing for that and it's coming.
How woo!
You know me, like it's the Traveler's Guide to the Lucky Griffin, recipes and regalings.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, or like I know what you're like the Lucky Griffin. Damn, that's so cool.
Yes, shipping info. Yes, where is it?
You have to share
Status.
some of the cool recipes with us when you get it.
Yeah. It's on its way, so I'm very excited.
Yay!
Cause I was like, and I was as I was taking another server, he has the condition where the hands only have like 2 or 3 digits. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Let me see.
How expensive is it? I am not paying $60. Holy shit.
What?
For a figurine.
$60 for a figurine? That's nothing. Damn.
You know I'm a cheapskate.
I mean, I agree it's a lot of money, but like, After hearing when people spending like $200 to $300 on a figure, I'm like, God damn. I like art as much as the next person, but not that much. Not for something mass produced.
But it's Garrus, the only good thing to come out of Mass Effect.
Didn't they kind of just like leave it for dead to like the last one?
They made Andromeda, and I think there's rumors they're gonna make another game. I didn't play Andromeda because I'm still upset with what they did with the last game before that. And I refuse to go back and play the games because of what they did.
Right.
Because it was very misogynistic. How dare they? Anyway. But I would love a Garrus figurine. He's, like I said, the only good thing to come out of Mass Effect. Oh well. So I love my phone.
Ja.
But ow. I should have
Don't hurt
used
yourself.
this. I never fucking use this.
Right. Do you have a note, or what is that?
Hang on. I always forget what this is fucking called.
Is it a Samsung, or what is it?
It's a Samsung.
Probably a note if it's got the stylus.
Let's say da 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 da. Samsung S23 Ultra.
Oh, okay. You have the bigger version of what I have, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, I have a 21, but same idea. I have the middle one. I have the 21 Plus. I'm waiting for the the 24 to come out, and then I'm gonna upgrade my phone.
Okay.
Probably like March or whatever, right around my birthday. But like this
Okay,
one's getting
I'm
to the
back.
point the battery's starting to run down too fast. Plus, because I use them all the time, it goes with me when I go running, and I need a new watch. And anyway,
Welcome back.
Yeah, so it's syndactyly, I think that's how you say it. So it's like it's either webbing or fusing of the fingers and toes. So I think that's what he has, or at least it's something very similar to that. I haven't really dug into it.
Okay. Going back to what we were saying before. You'd think I'd use this more often, being an
but you
artist
don't.
and all. But I'm like, I don't want to write notes.
I mean, to be honest, I'm probably gonna go with an Ultra on the next one I get, but I probably wouldn't do it either. I just use my fingers.
It's a bit, like, I've tried it out before. It's a bit clunky and thick.
Right.
Sorry, I had to finish typing up something really quick.
No problem.
So what are we talking about?
Our phones. Mine
Oh,
has a
phones.
pen, but I never use it. And it feels silly having a pen that I never use. Oh yeah, I forgot they were bringing back Frasier.
Why? I mean, okay, but why?
I don't know, cause they've the actor who played his father is dead, so they've lost that dynamic of between them.
Right.
And the guy who plays his brother isn't coming back to the show.
So what is it going to be about? Because the guy
Him and his
who plays,
son.
I didn't even know he had a son.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
But beyond that, I don't know.
Yeah, I just think entertainment in general has like run out of ideas. Well, I mean that's an over exaggeration. What I should say is it's become so commercialized, like literally into investments, that like they won't take chances on anything new because they need a sure bet every time. And so things like The Simpsons, where legitimately, in my opinion, they should take time off every once in a while to collect, best material. They instead just keep chugging right along, and it's a beast of a different time that can no longer die.
Yeah.
But I'll give Matt Groening credit. The new Futurama has been awesome, which blew my mind because I was like, it's gonna be more Trek, more just like it's like Star Trek. They don't know what they want to do anymore, and it's just gonna be all over the place. No, it's actually been pretty good. I haven't watched an episode in a couple of weeks, but like I watched the first 4 or 5, and I was like, yeah, this is really good. And the dynamic of finally having Fry and Leela be like a actual couple is nice.
Okay, so I will be right back.
And I never can get enough of Bender.
I forgot to silence Discord. Just making all the beep boops.
The hell was that?
That's the new soundboard thing.
Oh, Christ.
It's like, try soundboard on mobile. I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's over here. What? Oh my god, what? I don't have very many that have soundboard stuff, so thank God for that, but like, what does this do? Okay.
I have soundboard all the way down. Okay.
All right. I need to remember how to fucking.
I'll use that one again sometime. These nuts. Gotcha. So stupid. Love it.
All right, so this is 12 after. Okay.
What's this one? Okay. That's. Oh, wow. I love this dude.
No, damn it. He's dead, though. R.I.P.
What?
Oh, yeah, he's still alive. It's the other dude who got his face turned into a meme who passed away.
What?
The emotional damage dude is still alive.
Yeah, no, he's also from Ireland, apparently.
Nice.
Oh, dude, no, I saw him talking to another YouTube star. Like, he has the dude was born I think in Korea, I want to say, but he grew up in Ireland, so he has a full Irish accent.
Nice.
It's amazing to hear the guy talk because he goes he talks about how pissed off he is that his agent made him learn how to speak American, speak like an American because he's way more interesting with his real accent. He goes, but it was really hard to find work with my regular accent in the way I look, and I'm like, I think it would be better that way. There's so many things you could do.
I agree. Most definitely. But I have to go. Oh, Klein, I do not want to take a fucking call again. All right, so I'm turning off that shit because I'm tired of getting them. Where's the phone?
Oh, God.
I'm turning back on silence unknown callers.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I had to turn it off at some point. Like the last time I remember physically turning it off was hubby was traveling, and his boss and now wife wanted to take me out to dinner. So I knew I didn't have his phone number, so I was like, all right, let me turn this off. So when he calls me and I see it's 330, I can pick up the phone. Ugh. I'm like, I was like, it's most likely spam. I'm like, I know. Ugh. All right, so to remove that over. Interesting. All right, anyways. Oh, okay. But yeah. I still have to finish reading through the Godzilla novels I have and watching the Godzilla movies I have, the ones I have not watched yet. So
Godzilla is quality.
all right. What to snack on for my
Food,
May
mostly.
afternoon snack? Yep, food. What's up here? Besides that, throw that away. There. Way. Okay. No, Stinky, I was throwing things away. Thank you for your concern. I came running up like, what you doing? Throwing things in the trash. Like, it's
Right.
okay. Where is it? There we go.
Where's what?
Oh, I was looking for the fan fiction I'm rereading. I had to scroll up because I got like a shit ton of tabs open on my phone on my Safari. So
Ooh.
yeah.
Fuck off, fortune cookie.
What did it say?
Oh, go zoom in. He's not gonna catch it, is it? Nope. Okay. How you got there is just as important as the end destination. In bed.
And the friends we made along the way.
In bed.
Right? In bed.
You always gotta add in bed.
It's funnier that way.
Hmm.
Hang on.
Princess Peach is getting another game?
I remember Cupcake mentioning something about that.
Did he? And I just blanked on it?
Maybe.
Hmm?
Okay.
Hmm?
Oh, my watch. It yells at me if I sit for too long.
Oh. You were just
Other news.
standing.
That's part of the reason I got up is I put my watch on and it went, "Hey, you've been sitting around too long, you fat sack of shit! Get up and get some exercise! What the fuck?" And I went, "Oh, all right. Okay. What did I get up for? Lager Royale from my favorite brewery, Castle Danger. I am a fat ass, and how?"
Anyway, did you say something about Princess Peach getting a new game?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
getting a new game.
Okay. I just
I
blanked
didn't.
on that.
Yeah, that was one of the ones. It's like I'm guessing F-Zero 99 is like an elimination racing game, and then Princess Peach is getting a new Switch game. They're remaking Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the Switch. We're getting a remake, like not just a remaster, but a remake of The Thousand Year Door. They they finally showed some of the new functionality for the remake of Mario RPG. I think that was the biggest stuff that came out of it. People are still waiting to hear about Metroid Prime 2, Tomodachi Life 2. Somebody kept saying, like, "Oh, they didn't announce Tomodachi Life 2." I'm like, what the hell is that?
That's where
Excuse
you
me.
play with your Mii in kind of a sort of Animal Crossing style game.
Oh, are the Mii still around? I didn't even know that.
Sorta? More in just a face kind of way.
Right.
And only vaguely Animal Crossing style game, really.
I mean, the last Animal Crossing was such a phenomenal success.
Yeah.
None of the other ones weren't, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the last one just hit perfectly. We're all in the middle of a freaking pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was that? And are you okay?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
I just had a
That
bunch of
was
humps and I drank some water and my body was like, okay, lungs are gonna try to come out now, thanks.
You sound like you hiccup, burped, farted, and possibly threw up all at the same time.
Oh,
A
I'm not
fatal
that.
error has occurred.
I'm not that talented, Cupcake.
I mean, fair. Last time I farted and burped at the same time, I thought I was gonna die. I don't remember what happened, but like I don't mean like I farted a little bit. I mean like gas escaped from both ends, and I was like, I'm gonna tear apart in the middle.
That is no fun.
Oh man, that's good beer.
Do, 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 do. All right, 7. All right. Bless you. Baxter says that's you. Yes, outside. Let's see here. I can find this again. Here. No. Doesn't work there.
Pardon.
No, I refuse.
All right. I don't need your approval.
Bitch, you're gonna take it and like it. God damn it.
No children.
Why is Cookie got that giant mole in his hair? Why does this say? Oh God. Didn't you know it's my stamp of approval?
What's this pin? Oh. Dinosaur mecha. Interesting. All right, coming back inside, Stink. Thank you. That's another show I need to watch is Good Omens.
Yes,
I actually need to watch it instead of that's another one where like I basically know the outline of the story because I have a Good Omens Pinterest board and I'm online. You know, and I don't usually mind spoilers, so you know, so I'm like, oh, okay, cool, like, but yeah.
But you must watch it.
Yes, I'm aware. I must watch it. Someone's about to have some crunch.
Okay.
So Baxter started doing this thing where we know he hasn't eaten in a while. All of a sudden, we'll be in the house and hear squeak, squeak, squeak. He'll start playing with a toy for a little bit and then eat some food. So I just heard the squeak. There we go. Are you squeaking? That's your green ball. Yeah. Oh, are you a ham? You're such a ham. Yes. Are you having fun, sir? Really? What else? tell them. What else? Oh, you got it, quote unquote, stuck.
Aww. It's the weenie boy.
Shit. He's got giraffe, then the green one, and then the orange thingy, and then his Santa head ball. All over. Have some crunch if you want. That's fine. Well, so yeah, he's doing his little crunchy munchy. Crunchy munchy. So I was actually kind of proud of myself about that apple pie they made completely from scratch, including the pie crust.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It didn't burn it. Like it wasn't necessarily like pretty looking, you know.
Right.
But I was like, I didn't like the lattice work wasn't like great,
It
but
looks
like
good. Like, I mean,
pie entirely.
in my opinion, baked goods don't have to look good; they have to taste good. Because, like,
Sure.
if it's ugly but it tastes good, what do I care? I'm stuffing it in my face. But I'm also a utilitarian person like that. I'm like, people be like, I'm sorry that the dinner is kind of ugly. Yeah, but it tastes good, so who cares what it looks like?
So here, I still have a little bit left. Hold on, let me turn this back on. So see, most of it's gone, and so, but still, I'm like, it looks really good.
Looks like an apple pie to me. I got no complaints.
Yeah.
So,
Pie.
and the only thing hubby said, he was like, the only thing I would change is less cinnamon. And otherwise, and it's not like overly cinnamon, like it's where it's too much cinnamon, where it's like coating your tongue, and it's just like,
Right.
wow. So it's not necessarily that, but it's just like maybe just a little bit less cinnamon, and yeah.
Okay.
I was like, well, if that's your only complaint is, or like tip or whatever, a little less cinnamon next time. Well, okay. Like I said, especially since this is the first time like I've made a pie crust too, so
Here's my lid.
what am I doing? I was like, I swear I was doing something, and the fun part was like my mom gave me one of those magic bullet things years ago that she wasn't using, and I was just like, oh, they haven't really used it, and then I was looking at the tomato soup recipe. I was like, you know what? Because you have to like it's like 3 or 4 medium tomatoes, and you cut it up and a bunch of other stuff, and you let simmer for however long. Then you let cool for 10 minutes before you actually puree it. I'm like, I have something I can puree this in. I can use it now. So it actually did turn out, like hubby said, tastes like tomato soup. I was like, yay! Tomato soup. And Saturday, I get to see one of my BFFs and her new daughter, Maeve. And which actually had fun because they chose 2 very for me unique. They're not necessarily unique, but you don't really see them in America too much. Maeve Eloise. Or you haven't seen them in like 50 years. Like, you know. So we were meeting up on Saturday. And I don't know how it'll be after that, but
you know.
Itchy.
But apparently she recently went on her first plane. I'm like, this like first trip, first plane ride. I'm like, this babe is sleeping so much. Like, yeah, she was up for a little bit, but she slept most of the day. I'm like, my dude, like, did you get a magical baby or something? Your baby is like sleeping all the time. Like, the fuck? Not that it's a bad thing. I'm just like, you got a magical baby. The baby's like, dude, whatever. As long as I got somewhere comfy to nap. Okay. Okay, switching back over.
Okay. Welcome back.
Thank you. All right, where's the... Oh, there it is. This Winston. Oh my god. I still love the fact that that voice actor does Winston and fucking Alucard. Just the voice actors of anime in general, like most of the ones that I know have such a range. It's amazing. Just
Oops. Why
oh
are you
yeah,
doing that? There we go.
yeah. Earlier when we first tried this,
Yep.
I was watching the one episode of Bridgerton, and yeah, okay, I was telling Kiki that like so like I watch like some of these like this, like I'll watch through the season to like get the story and everything like that. But then like when if I go back, I do this with Downton Abbey too. I skip or I like fast forward through things that I don't want to watch or I find like well like example like this the first Downton Abbey movie. There was one scene that is so embarrassing for the character. It was like extreme secondhand embarrassment. So like that kind of stuff or whatever. So like I don't really feel like rewatching this, but I at least have like the enough like I know what's happening, so I don't need to go back and rewatch everything unless I really feel like it. And if I don't feel like it, well, I guess I'm not watching it.
Hmm.
But especially with like the rom-coms like this, the romantic, because there's the romantic novels, right? Where if they just friggin' communicated, none of this shenanigans would happen, right? So sometimes there are some days where it's like it's not necessarily embarrassing, but it's like you feel like shaking the characters because you're like, what the friggy frack? And I remember when I was first watching Bridgerton season 1. Now, mind you, at the time, I did not know those actually based off of a real life book series. I had no idea. Okay. So I'm watching this and I'm like, why is this watching like a romantic novel? Like to a T. What? And then I found out, yes, that's because it is a romantic novel. And it's supposed to be this. I'm like, oh, I guess they did a good job of like carrying that over.
Hmm.
But at least that was like one of my first impressions of it was like, okay, like there's drama and intrigue and scandal and all that jazz. I think they did a really nice job as well with the Queen Charlotte accompaniment like series or episodes where they kind of focus on Queen Charlotte and King George and like their story and why King George is actually mad, right? And it's just like, and it could be true, and parts of it are probably true. Parts of it are dramatization, things like that. But based on like, yeah, they thought the way to like watching it, it's like, okay, King George is obvious, is not quite not obvious, but like it's clear that he has some sort of mental illness or condition like autism that in today's world would be recognized for what it is, and he would be much more like, he would benefit from like our way of thinking. But this was back in like the 1800s, where someone talking to the sky and the stars was crazy, and that was it. And the method of fixing someone who is crazy back then is not very nice, and often made people worse. So based on that and what you see in the series, it's like, well, no wonder, like when you see King George in the first seasons, in Bridgerton, you understand a little bit more why, at least in terms of that, like based off of the real world fantasy, series or romantic series.
Yeah.
Understand why he is the way he is. Where there are times where he seems very kind yet simple, yet wise, and there are times where he has these outbursts. Like in one of the episodes I just rewatched, he has an outburst where he's yelling at his servants to leave him alone, just leave him alone. And just knowing that, like, yeah, he's getting overstimulated, or just it's too much for him at that point. But because they didn't know that back then, they just went, okay, sir, like, I'll leave you alone.
Mm-hmm. Pseudo historical fiction.
Yeah, like, definitely based off of real life. But, and I'm taking liberties with like, so it was only suggested that Queen Charlotte was a person of color, but in the series she is a person of color. And because she's a person of color, she was able to and make noble the other people of color. So there's a lot of people of color in the English town that back then. No, there's not going to be that many people of color who are nobility in England at the time. Like, it's just, there might be a few people, but like in some of the positions like that you see, it's like, yeah, a black duke, eh, barely possible in real life. you know, like, you wish it would have been more egalitarian back then, but like, just knowing the attitudes of the time, it's like, yeah, no, unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
But at least in this one, you can say, well, this is pseudo-fictional, pseudo-realistic, so we can make it, because I know that like during the Queen Charlotte series, there's like talk of like, it's like, Your Majesty, like, do you realize what you mean for people who look like us? Like, you can't leave. Do you realize what you mean? Like we understand it's tough, but like, you go away and we set back like another 20 years. And so even in that world, that fantasy world, there's still like, yeah, there's still the racism and snobbery and all that jazz. So but like also realizing that Queen Charlotte had to have created and King George had to have created their own coping mechanisms. So like that's what they did. Like, no, we're here together. And like one of the coping things was because the sky was so loud for him, she was like, come here under the bed. Hide from the sky with me. And that helped calm him down. Like, hide from the sky for me. With me. And so that was one of their little things. And at the end of the season, she was like, Farmer George! Farmer George! You know, just, like calling him over, like, come with me under the bed. And so, granted, it's very... Oh, excuse me, Your Highness. I'm sorry. I need to cover you up. Sorry. He was like, Mom. It's very, like... I don't know, like, I can't remember the word, like, not naive, but, like, romanticized. It's very romanticized as to, like, but this is also at the end of their life when they've been doing this for 30-some years. So they know how to do that and what works for them. So, so there is a little bit of, like, realistic enough so that it's like, okay, like, all right, this passes the test of suspension of disbelief,
I'm so stuffed up.
like King George isn't miraculously recovered because all of a sudden she's there, like he still has his issues, he still has all that jazz, but they're able to cope and go from there.
Geeks, are you alright?
Yeah, my back just hurts.
I'm just making sure because the way it looks like you're fucking ready to pass out. I'm like, should we just call it? Do you need to go sleep?
No.
I just like that, and you're just like, I'm like, oh shit, she's about to fucking go down. Because this is what I'm seeing. I'm watching you, and you're just like, I'm like, oh fuck. You don't look fine. I want you to know that. Oh shit.
What?
Hang on. Plug my ear back in.
Oh, you got unfucked. Okay.
It's always so hard to do. These things are so big. That's what she said. There we go.
No, I'm fine.
You can keep saying that. It doesn't change the fact that it's not true. You don't look fine. You stick your tongue out at me. I'm not trying to be a funny smartass. I'm literally saying you don't look okay. He says, slugging back another beer. Fuck you, I do what I want. I just ran fucking 5 miles.
Hi, Phantom. Hi, Ghost.
No, I got to, but now I don't want to. Ugh.
Hi, boys.
Throw that one back in. Meow. Meow. Some fat ass cats. Goddamn. That's a big ass cat. Holy shit. What are you feeding him? Fucking super soldier serum?
No. Standard cat food.
You said he's big. He's goddamn humongous. Yeah, the white one's like half the size of him.
It's just that we just leave the cat food out, so he eats whenever he wants. He's just a pig. Hi, Mish.
At least.
Hello.
At least he makes a good space eater.
Is that Ghost or Phantom in the background?
In the background, that's Ghost.
Okay.
Phantom's right here.
Okay.
Getting love.
I'm actually kind of shocked that Ringo isn't on the bed snoozing.
Ringo's not allowed on the bed anymore.
Oh, he's too big?
No, he can't get down by himself anymore.
Oh.
And whenever he gets down, he hurts himself.
Oh.
So we bought him some dog beds.
Poor guy.
Oh, I was left a voicemail. Ooh la la.
We just bought Rusty stairs. We're like, there you go, buddy. Now you're good.
We measured. There's no room.
Yeah, I forget. Our mom had like a really intricate system for Rusty that's now gone, but like it was like pillows and stairs and like it was weird. It worked though. He got up and down just fine. Until he was, too old and sick to even go up that. Then we just picked him up and down because he only weighed like 30 pounds. So I just tuck him up there, just throw him like a football.
No, hubby was sure Ringo wouldn't like the dog beds, but Ringo loves the dog beds.
He just wants somewhere soft to sleep. He don't really give a shit where that is.
Yeah. As long as he gets attention every day, he doesn't care.
Right. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think I mentioned before the one streamer that I watch often. He has Ned and Sansa.
Yeah.
We hardly see Sansa because she's a bit standoffish. Like there's been a few times where like, because he has like a preview where it's like a countdown to streaming where the video's off, the video
Right.
camera. And so she'll be sitting on his lap, but like she'll know as soon as the video camera comes on and she's off of his lap and just running off. But Ned will come up and be like, "Hi, Dad! How's it going?" No, stupid thing.
Why are you guys acting like this is a new room to explore or something? We're in here all the time. Is it just because the door was closed?
Yes, human.
Clearly, that was the answer.
Ringo's probably asleep on his living room dog bed, oblivious to the world.
Yeah, we soon realized years ago that Baxter really liked the hand knit Afghans from my mother-in-law, so she made him one all by him for all his own.
Here in the bedroom, we still have some of hubby's mom's, knitted blankets, and I put them on Ringo's bed, and he seems to love them. I mean, he was her dog first.
Yeah.
He just became attached to me.
Oh yes. So one of the voice actor I follow, he has another job, and apparently there is a kitty that was found outside their work, and he took her in. So Mr. Jones, the corgi, has his younger black kitty sibling, Elvira. And she got two white socks on her paws. She's so cute. Seems like we're winding down a bit.
Well, it's almost 1, so it's not that bad. Isn't there going to be kind of an uprising in Wisconsin over the Republican gerrymandering?
I didn't hear about that, but
I don't know.
I believe
That part.
It was like on the news last night, but I only heard it in passing because it was when I was coming in from D&D.
let me see here.
Two crazy kids in your D&D.
Wisconsin Republican. Republicans. Vote to fire elections director who may not leave the job. Wisconsin Republicans are taking desperate steps to subvert fair elections in 2024. I'm just reading now, like, the headlines because I just googled Wisconsin Republicans. Um. So, yeah, that's maybe what's going on. Not quite sure.
I think it was Rachel Maddow talking about it, and essentially, it's so bad that Wisconsin should technically be a blue state, but it's not because of the way the Republicans have drawn the lines.
Interesting.
That's like all I remember. And I'm not sure I'm remembering it right. So nobody quote me.
Valid.
Do your research, kids. If you hear something, research it.
You bet. Reminds me of the tags that I sometimes put on my explicit smut things. Remember to have safe sex, y'all, or make sure to have safe sex, kiddos. Like, you know, that's just my style of tagging as well.
That does remind me that they're... Why does that remind me of that? That has nothing to do with that, but whatever. They want to raise the rates by some percentage. That's blood. Okay. The tuition required for Sac State in 6 years incrementally. What? And it's gonna push out like a good percentage of their student body.
So tuition's going up bit by bit.
Yeah.
Where is this? California or
California? It's Sac State.
Oh, okay.
And there's currently a picketers right now. I think they already voted to do it, but
yeah.
What's the point of doing that when you won't have students to pay for it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh well. It's not like I'm going there. Or anywhere.
Yeah.
How is Baxter doing?
He's good. He has to take his pills for his liver stuff, but he's doing good.
Good.
You know. Like we said the last time we went to vet to talk about that, it's like, well, the liver stuff hasn't gone down, but it hasn't gone up either. So we were like, well, we'll just, if it's not going up, then we'll just keep on keeping on with the medicine, because why get a biopsy or whatever if it's because we said, like, and also, like, he's still eating, peeing, pooping, acting normal. He's not in any pain,
Yeah.
like, so that's the fact of the matter. Like, if he was like, if there was something different going on with him, we would be like, okay, let's go ahead and do that, but he's just the same old self. So
No, that's sort of good.
yeah.
Yes, Ghost?
Okay. Cupcake requires coffee to maintain power cells.
Mm.
Tried a new brand. Didn't get it. I think it's Column? Column? Good. La Column. Anyway,
Very
it's good.
nice.
I drink coffee a day, so it's good old store brand.
Nice.
I was just looking for. I got donuts like last weekend,
Yeah.
and I wanted coffee with them, but I wanted cold coffee, not hot. It was still like in the 80s.
Yeah.
And a can of Starbucks coffee, like was $4.50. That 2 liter of coffee was $4. I'm like, huh. I wonder which one I'll buy.
Yeah.
Bought the 2 liter and then just added, as you can see, just added cream from upstairs in my refrigerator.
Yeah.
I'm not an addict. Don't tell me how to live my life. I definitely didn't just finish off that bottle.
Oh, what you're talking about, Cupcake? I see nothing.
I didn't even see nothing. I was looking at the other monitor.
I've emptied and filled this 3 times in the span of like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Cupcake really wants to sleep like all the time when he's not working. So if there's no stimulants in his blood, he just kind of goes.
Poor Cupcake.
Don't you poor Cupcake me. I'm in some of the best shape of my life. I also want to be asleep all the time.
But I was gonna make you watch a movie.
You can try.
I mean that's kind of the gist.
Right. That's kind of the gist. I've reached that age in my adult malehood, for lack of a better word, of like, hey, let's go watch it. Cupcake. Just fucking
Yeah.
out cold. Like every suburban dad who ever went to the movies with his kids, just like, oh, he's out cold.
Oh, movie! I went and saw Perfect Blue,
Mm-hmm.
which is
How was it?
so pretty on a giant screen.
Right?
Now,
They're
what is that
doing
about?
Millennium Actress in October, I think.
Not near me.
Really?
I think that's down Southern California.
Oh, because I assumed it was part of the KO or not KO, Satoshi Kon Fest or whatever. I know for Ghibli, it's going to be, of course, Spirited Away. Spirited Away in October. Now, there's nothing wrong with Spirited. I'm just saying, like, every year they do Ghibli Fest, and in October it's Spirited Away.
Yeah.
It's the Halloween movie from Ghibli, and I'm like, what happened to my neighbor Totoro?
Oops.
Everybody goes, shut up, Mike. What do you know? And I'm like, what? Seriously? That's way more of a Halloween film. Or what about Kiki's Delivery Service? That's about a witch with a talking cat.
Exactly. I was like, there's more Halloween-y type films of Miyazaki than Spirited Away.
I
Like,
would argue Porco Rosso's very Halloween. It's about a guy who gets turned into a pig.
Pig.
You're a war hero. I'm a pig. one of Michael Keaton's most understated performances.
So
You're a
good.
war hero, Porco. No, I'm a pig.
Yeah.
Still my favorite Ghibli film of all time. Nothing can change that. I identify with Porco so much.
No, the next one they're doing here is Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, that'll be fun. Like the original one?
Yeah,
Nice.
which we are definitely gonna go see. We're gonna try to
Of
see all
course.
of them.
Now
Well, why wouldn't you?
I haven't seen Grave of the Fireflies yet.
Oh,
You're not missing anything.
no, you
Okay.
have to see it.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't let her fucking trick you. You
I'm
don't
not-
need to see Grave of the
No,
Fireflies.
it is
No
depressing
one.
as fuck. But you
No one
need
needs to see Grave of the
it.
Fireflies. And I'm going to tell you this for your own sake, Mish. If you're going to see Grave of the Fireflies, you're supposed to watch My Neighbor Totoro right
Yeah.
after it.
That's what I've heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess
It was
a
a double
palate
feature.
cleanser.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Grave of the Fireflies is oppressively sad.
Yes, just because I made someone watch Grave of the Fireflies with nothing after it once, just because I had nothing after it.
What are you talking about? I watched it by myself.
No, I'm talking about Vixen.
Oh, you're a monster. Jesus. What?
I didn't mean to
Oh
be a
my
monster.
god. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I watched it
Don't
just fine without anything
Don't
else.
fucking do that to people. That movie is horrifying.
That
God.
movie is
And
so
I'm the
sad.
evil bastard in the room.
Hi, Kitty. That movie is so sad. Tragic. Beautiful. Oh.
Now there's one crap, what's it?
Hi.
If someone told me the name I would probably know it, but there's it's another like wartime-esque film.
The Wind Also Rises?
Yes, that one.
That
Welcome.
good.
That one's good. That one's sad, but not as oppressively sad as Grave of the Fireflies.
Yes, but what really caught my attention and like caught my interest, the one image that I will remember from that film.
Don't
So
sit on the
not
keyboard.
just the depiction from far off, from like their perspective of the nukes being dropped. Not just that, but also there was a survivor of the blast who stumbled into town, and they basically dead man walking, but
Right.
it was like the way that it was drawn and animated, you could tell their skin like third to fourth degree burns, charred, and
Oh,
just their skin is like flaking off, and just oh my gosh, like okay, so let's see. God, so faces. See if I can find an image of it. Okay, so I'm gonna actually have to find this. Hold on. Tanya, Mary and the Witch's Flower, which is cute. I also wanted to watch the Tale of Princess Kaguya.
That's a hell of a movie.
Patima Inverted is all. Is that really a Studio Ghibli film? Patima Inverted is also a very interesting film that I found all the way by myself.
That was Studio Ghibli? I thought that was a different
Well,
studio.
That's a different studio.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I didn't realize, because I searched Studio Ghibli films,
Right.
and that just came up. From Open Puppy Hill. No.
Phantom.
The Wind Rises.
Are you
I
comfortable?
guess it's that one. No, it's not. So, but yeah, it was just basically like, holy crap. Like, yeah, just. Yeah, this this guy's a dead man walking, and just yeah, it's just
God.
you have no idea if he's feeling anything anymore, or if the pain is just so constant that he doesn't recognize it as being pain anymore. If that makes sense.
Boop.
Let me look at this. The Wind Rises. Not that one. It was more recent. Heron. Not that one. Not that one. Maybe it wasn't a Studio Ghibli film.
No, I remember the scene you're talking about. Do you have to sit on my hand?
Ocean Way. Yesterday. No. I still love Earwig and the Witch. I still love that one.
Which one?
Earwig.
Oh, Earwig and the Witch was awesome.
That was so great because the one dude, I was like, this reminds me so much of Cupcake.
I have only the vaguest memories, even though we watched it.
Mhm.
Like, I have only the vaguest memories of the movie. Like, if somebody asked me to fucking, like, describe what happens, I'm like, I don't remember. I don't. We watched the movie. I don't remember. I don't. I own it. It's in my collection here somewhere. I have no memories of the movie.
So, this guy, because it's just like,
let's see.
He's like,
oh yeah, that guy.
And also one more. Just the incandescent rage behind the eyeglasses.
Right.
I gotta yell something. But just like the tall Fey man who you're like, I don't something unsettling about you, even without the pointy ears. Like
right.
And the pointy ears come out and you're like, hurt. But like it was just so cute. All right, well it's 1 p.m. by Kiki.
Mm-hmm.
Do we wish to stop or do we wish to continue a little bit?
No, we should stop so I don't have a zillion hours to edit.
Okay. Alrighty, so good potting with y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
Hang on, let me find the thingy. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Cat hair everywhere.
Dittos.